Chef Cecil always does it up big when he comes to Studio 10. You're good at feeding a lot of people and feeding a lot of people with some good food.
Well, we try our best. We try our best to feed a lot of people and with good food.
And you succeed. And I know you're going to succeed this morning because we've got some of my favorite ingredients here. First, tell the folks what we're making today.
We're making a dish called, we named it Major Shrimp and Grits. And what we have here is all of the ingredients that goes with the dish, which is shrimp. You got grits. We have smoked Gouda cheese. We have butter, bell peppers, red peppers, green peppers, garlic, Conecuh sausage, of course.
Don't hurt them.
And Old Bay seasoning, and green onions and salt.
And where'd you get these mutant shrimp from? These bad boys are huge.
These shrimp come out of our local waters here in Mobile. So I went to one of the local fish markets here in Mobile, actually on the causeway, and we got these shrimp off the causeway.
When you talk about jumbo shrimp, those are some jumbo shrimp right there. Now tell us about the name. Why is it Major's Shrimp and Grits?
Well, our major, his name is Mark Brown, and he's here. He's been here a short time, but he has become in love with shrimp and grits here in Mobile, and a lot of different a lot of different restaurants feature shrimp and grits. And the Salvation Army is actually working on something to put on maybe a contest with all the different restaurants and even local people here, because everybody, grandma has a favorite shrimp and grits recipe. So we want to make it a nice, friendly competition and put it on, and let this area show off the shrimps, the local shrimps from this area.
Well, it's going to be tough to beat this recipe, though. We've got a few things started over here. Do you want to get anything else started here?
Well, what we have in this dish here is we just have the water and the milk to get started on the grits. So what we'll do is we can actually bring the heat up a little bit, because you caught me off guard here.
Hey, no problem.
And we'll add a little grits in there just to get that started slowly. And
well, I tell you what, we're just getting started here on Studio 10, so we're going to get going on the on the grits. When we come back, we'll start to put everything together. Also, we want to tell you about what the Salvation Army is doing. It's not just Thanksgiving and Christmas when they're busy. They do things all throughout the year, and many things you can help with. So in our next couple of segments, we're going to talk more about that and do a little bit more cooking as well. And Cecil, this looks good. I'm looking forward to some shrimp and grits breakfast this morning. Thanks, man.
All right, thank you.
Shrimp and grits, good any time of the day. Thank you, gentlemen. And it is smelling so good in here. We have Ryan, Chef Cecil, and Katie from the Salvation Army joining us, making some Major's Shrimp and Grits. You guys are putting a lot of work, a lot of love into that.
A lot of love, a lot of love.
A lot of ingredients there, some shrimps and Conecuh sausage, peppers.
Right. We got yellow, red, and green peppers, or the shrimp, and the Conecuh sausage, and they're sauteing together right now, and we're going to add a little sauce in here once they get prepared, but I'm going to let you guys talk a little bit while this gets prepared.
Looks like you guys are getting ready to feed a family with all that food. Well, that's a lot of food, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of people here.
A lot of food there.
10 family.
We love that. Thank you, guys. It smells fantastic. Now, let's talk a little bit about Salvation Army. Hurricane season is here. What are you guys doing right now? What do you need? How are you preparing?
Right, the Salvation Army is always working year-round. We're not just at Christmas, and with it being hurricane season, we are definitely always on standby with our emergency disaster services. So whether there's a hurricane, a tornado, or a fire, the Salvation Army is always first on the scene, providing relief and support to victims and to the emergency personnel. And so whether it's a bottle of water or a cleanup kit or just somebody there to give them emotional support, the Salvation Army is always there.
And always there for folks in our area. I know, Cecil, you were going through some rough times, and the Salvation Army really turned your life around.
Yeah, about 20 years ago, I actually was a client at the Salvation Army, did a complete 360-degree turnaround. They helped save my life. They gave me the career that I've had for the past 20 years. Just being a part of the Mobile area and just supporting Mobile, you know, with various things that we do. We do a lot of giving at the Salvation Army, and we do a lot of things, especially when it comes to disasters, because we are always there when you need us. And you know, I've personally been through, I don't know, probably about eight hurricanes, 8 hurricanes, and just recently we serviced the barge explosion when they had people to come off of the boats that were in the Mobile Shipping Channel. We serviced those people at the Mobile Civic Center.
Yeah.
And the tornadoes at Christmas time. We had served like 800 people at Christmas time, and then we turned right back around about an hour later, and we were called to duty as far as dealing with the tornadoes here in Mobile.
Always going. It never stops with you guys, right, Katie?
Right. And one thing, even at Christmas time, I remember after the tornadoes, a family told us that as they saw our truck pull in their neighborhood, they felt a sense of calm and a sense of hope that things are going to be okay. They'll be able to get back on their feet, and there are people out here to support them. And so one thing I wanted to mention and let the community know is that we now have an extra disaster truck. So we now have 2 vehicles here that are ready to roll out at any time, anytime disaster strikes. And our new truck actually is a smaller one. It's smaller than our canteen. It will hold about 250 sandwiches or meals, keeping them hot or cold. And it'll be able to get out super fast, much faster than our big canteen. So we'll be able to hit the streets quickly. And it'll be able to get into more hard-hit areas when there's debris and when there's down power lines. Our canteen has a hard time mobilizing through those areas, but our new truck will help us get to the people in the most need.
That is fantastic. Always working hard year-round, everybody at the Salvation Army, and working hard here in the kitchen this morning. It's smelling so good. What have you guys done while Katie and I were talking?
We just added some green peppers, some green onions, I'm sorry, a little salt, pepper, just all of the ingredients that we have listed on your website. That's going to be listed on your website. We're just about finished with the actual meal, and all we have to do is plate it up for you guys to taste.
All right, well, it sure smells good, and you can make this at home. You can make it for dinner tonight. You'll find the recipe right now when you log on to fox10tv.com. It's on the Studio 10 page, and we will get to taste when we come back in just a few minutes.
Welcome back into our kitchen set. We are with the folks from the Salvation Army, and we have Chef Cecil here in the house. Chef Cecil, what's your man working on over there?
Well, he's finishing off the plate. He's plating up the shrimp on a bed of grits with the Gouda cheese, and we're going to finish it off and top it off and make it look real pretty with the connector sausage sauce. But we have a plate here ready for you to sample.
My favorite part of the show. This looks fantastic. Look at this finished product real quick. Can we get a shot of this when it's garnished up all nicely? Let's take a look at how nice Chef Cecil did this. And I may add, Chef Cecil, on our Facebook page, someone wrote in and said, "Oh, the chef from the Salvation Army is the best. He cooked at a festival of ours." So you're getting some love on Facebook as well.
Thank you.
Just wanted to point that out. Now, as I'm trying this, because I got a big bite here because I'm going to like this, Katie, tell us how easy it is for folks to volunteer and help out and donate to the Salvation Army and that kind of stuff.
Right. During a disaster time, the best way to help the Salvation Army is through a monetary donation. That way we can get exactly what is needed to exactly the people in need. And we're really good at making a dollar stretch. And so that's the best way to help us. And you can do it by calling 1-800-SAL-ARMY, or you can go online to our website. And if you click that big red button, Donate Now, it'll take you to a website. And a lot of times we get asked, well, how do we know if the money stays here in our local area when you donate online? And so I wanted to let the people know that it automatically registers your zip code from your card. So the card holder zip code, it will go to that area. Or there's a section where you can specifically type in Mobile, Alabama to know that your donation will stay right here in coastal Alabama, and we'll be able to put it to the best need for the people here in our area.
That is fantastic, because the Salvation Army is a big international organization. People want to know sometimes that their money is staying local. So if you choose to, you can do that as well. And just how important is it, Katie, to get those funds and for people to help out?
Right. We are very relied on the community support in doing everything that we do, from rehab services to the disaster services to everyday social services, helping people with rent and utilities. And then we have all of our Christmas programs as well. And it takes the community to help us support our community.
It is a year-round program at the Salvation Army. They can always use your help, whether it's through volunteering or donations. Hey, Take a look at that. They don't need any help with the food because Chef Cecil is holding it down. Major shrimp and grits. This was so fantastic. I can't wait to eat the rest of it. So the show is about 6 more minutes. That's when I'm really going to get to dig in. But my one bite, off the chain, man. It was fantastic. The recipe is online, and please do help the Salvation Army. Guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Cherish.
Looks very good. Can't wait to get some.